Welcome to the final part of the mushroom house tutorial. In this video we are gonna give everything materials and we're gonna set up lighting and render the scene. First go to the left corner up here, and when you see this little cross, click and drag until you see the arrow and release your mouse. Click on the mushroom stem and then press period on your numpad. This will change the pivot point to the object. Click on the sunlight and set the strength to 2. I don't know why I wrote 2000. And just type in these values up here. Click up here to go to render view. Make sure the 3D cursor is set to world origin. Press Shift A and go to light and add area light. And with GC, drag the light all the way up here. Set the strength to 5 and change the shape to disc. The shape matters because the reflections are gonna be round instead of square. Scale the light up. And let's make the light a bit warmer. I already did most of what I'm doing in this video before recording. That's why you are gonna type in a lot of things instead of watching me spend time selecting colors and everything. And now with the light selected, press Shift D to duplicate. Press RY90 to rotate 90 degrees in the Y-axis. And with GX, move the light over here. Move it down with GC. And scale it in. Click on the sunlight and type in this color code. Select the stem and add a new material. The default color is white and we're just gonna leave it at that. Now click on the ladder and let's create a new material. And you can name it if you want. And here you can select any color you want, or you can type in the color code that I'm gonna use. Click on the other parts of the ladder and select the colored piece last. Press Ctrl L and link materials. Now if you change anything with either of these, you will change all of them at once. You can see here that the roughness is kind of like the shininess, and depending on how shiny you want an object to be, you can adjust that. I'm gonna set mine to 0.8 to give it kind of like a clay-like look. Now shift select both parts of the table and select the ladder last. Press Ctrl L and link materials. Now select the mattress and add a new material. And again, you can choose any color you like, or you can type in the color code that I'm using. It can take me hours to select colors for everything, so I did that before recording, and that's why I'm just gonna type in color codes now. But feel free to make this your own and select your own colors. To get the gradient effect for the mushroom cap, we have to go to shading up here. Let's click on render view and new material. Click on add texture, gradient. And we also need a color ramp, and you can press Shift A to get this search menu up. Search for color ramp, and this will allow us to choose more than one color. Right now nothing is changing, and that's because we need to connect these. Click on this little dot next to color and drag it into the base color. And now you can see that you can change the color ramp. And now connect these two, factor to factor. As you can see, we need to change the position of the gradient. We want it to be horizontal. I'm using my mouse wheel to zoom in and out here, and you can press Shift and left click to move around. Now press Shift A, click on search and search for mapping. And connect the mapping and the gradient texture. Set Y to 90 degrees. Let's just drag this back here and set this to 0.2. Press Shift A again. Click on search and search for a texture coordinate. And plug generated into vector. And because we changed Y to 90, the gradient is now horizontal. Position the red color around here. And to change the color, click here. And this is the color code I'll be using. To change this color, first you have to click on this arrow and then down here. And usually if I do a gradient between two very different colors, I make a third color by clicking on the plus, and I choose a color in between the brightest and the darkest. And in this case it would be orange. And I'm just gonna change the yellow to the color I originally chose. And when you do gradient textures, the closer the colors are to each other, the more natural it's gonna look. And you can add even more colors in between if you want, but I'm gonna keep it simple. And you can see that if you slide the middle one around, you can adjust the gradient, and same with this one. And here you can change the direction of it. And up here you can change the location of the gradient depending on where you want the colors to be placed. And lastly, to give it some shine, set the roughness to 0.3. Now click on this sphere and add a new material. Actually, let's go back to layout because I want to show you that you can do the lights from here. So click on this sphere and add a new material. And here you want to change the surface from principled to emission. And the strength is the strength of the light, and you can change the color up here. Now shift select the other spheres and select the one we just made last. Press Ctrl L and link materials. Now shift select all of the scales. Add a new material and we're just gonna leave it at the default. Press Ctrl L and link materials. Press 0 on your numpad. Click up here and set the render engine to cycles. And let's change some settings. If you set the max samples lower, the render will be faster, but you will also lose some of the quality. It really depends on the scene, and sometimes you have to try different max sample values to see what result is the best. You can go up here or you can just press F12 to render. And after it's finished, save your image. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you wanna get notified when I upload more tutorials in the future, don't forget to subscribe.